Because such images now from Iran and Israel have become almost common. But could this man hold the key to what could happen? How far this conflict could go? Is he going to be taking a decision soon? Is US already in this war? A lot of these questions are up on your mind, so we decided to bring in the top developments on the war scenario, the conflict, to help you understand what is going on as we speak. You will see a lot of these images, but a lot of these developments also. The first big development that you must know about is that Donald Trump saying the decision on the US's involvement in 2 weeks. That means at least 14 days. We do not know what is Trump thinking, but we do know that Iran has made it very, very clear we are not surrendering. Donald Trump says anything can happen in the next few weeks. The second big development, the US president says he's still hopeful of talks with Iran. There can still be a deal, is what he has said. It is late, but it is never too late. Let's bring up the third important development as far as this conflict scenario is concerned. Remember, look at these numbers. These are about 270 people who've been injured in the latest Iran strikes. So escalations that have come in from both sides, whether it is Iran or Israel, and the fear is that if this escalation continues over the next perhaps few days, 2 weeks, this number could only unfortunately go up. Let's bring in the next important development again on the scenario. There are images of the Israeli hospital that was struck. There are dozens injured. We had seen Netanyahu at that location a little while earlier, and from there again he has spoken about retaliation. He says Iran will have to pay a price. So a lot of tensions. There is a lot of ratcheting also of a lot of these sentiments that you're seeing. The next big development is going to be up on your screens. Iran has rejected targeting the hospital. They said, we are not behind this, we are not involved. But again, Netanyahu and his forces say that there is ample proof to say that there is a clear handiwork, a clear stamp of Iran on what has happened. But should hospitals be targeted? That's a question that is always asked. The next big development, Israel has also said that Ayatollah cannot be allowed to exit. So there is that entire chatter again of the fact as to why Israel had made that comparison of Saddam Hussein and Ayatollah. Could there be an assassination? Why should any country go in for that kind of a move? The House, remember, is divided on this. But the next big development, the Israeli Prime Minister has also said will strike Iran's all nuke facilities. You would recall this is the biggest bone of contention. Iran and its nuclear ambitions, its nuclear programs. Israel and the US both do not like it. And the US says Iran needs to sign a deal exactly about that plan. Will that happen? We do not know, but we'll continue to, in fact, get you more developments. And talking of Donald Trump and the White House, just in the last few hours, Donald Trump has again reinforced the fact that he holds the key to what could happen. And the White House has made it very clear that a decision could happen in the next 2 weeks. Let's listen in to what we heard from them.
I have a message directly from the president, and I quote, "Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks." That's a quote directly from the president for all of you today. The president is saying that he will make a decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks. It's very clear and direct.